Well, this week, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments on the biggest abortion case in a generation. Justices seem inclined to uphold Mississippi's near total ban on abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. Let's talk about it with former Assistant U.S. Attorney David A. Katz joining us live tonight here on Fox 5. Always good to have you here with your expertise. I know that there's been a lot of concern on the left and celebration on the right over the possibility that Roe v. Wade may be overturned. Is that the path you think they're heading down?
It looks like we're heading for a post-Roe world because from the oral arguments, you're right, it's a very significant case. And although it was 7-2 and it's been a precedent for about 50 years, it looks like now they have 5 politically minded votes to overturn it. So it looks like the only 2 alternatives will be, one, Mississippi will be affirmed, and instead of having the 23 or 24 weeks of viability when a woman has a constitutional right all over the country to get an abortion, to choose one, they'll only have 15 weeks in which to exercise that constitutional right, and then it will be illegal. Or they'll throw out Roe v. Wade altogether, and then you'll have a swath of the South where it'll be very, very difficult to get an abortion anywhere, with the pro-choice states trying to be a haven, Jim, for those women, but that'll be very difficult. Those anti-choice states will make it very, very hard, even for states like California or New York, to help women there. And there'll be huge debates in the state legislatures because what happens in the states will really matter in a post-Roe world. And there'll be huge fights even over the access and use of abortion-inducing pills, which will become illegal in the red states, the real the anti-abortion states.
We had 3 Supreme Court confirmation hearings over the last couple of years. Former President Trump appointing 3 justices to the high court. And it seems like every time we reach this point, the question comes up in those confirmation hearings. And Brett Kavanaugh had said when he was up for confirmation, he had viewed Roe as settled law. Based on what we heard the other day, it doesn't seem necessarily that Justice Kavanaugh feels the same way at that point.
No, Senator Collins from Maine is going to have to walk around with a dunce cap. It looks like, because Kavanaugh, who she said thought that Roe v. Wade was settled law, doesn't seem to think it's settled law at all. He seems to think it's like Plessy v. Ferguson, and he's striking an enormous blow for freedom, as though this were Brown v. Board of Education, what he's about to do. It looks like Amy Coney Barrett is on the same side. RBG didn't survive. She died. And now you have Barrett, and she was pushed in at the last minute before Trump lost. And it looks like there are 5 votes to get rid of Roe v. Wade, with Chief Justice Roberts saying, let's at least do the minimum of affirming what Mississippi would do, the 15 weeks. And, Democrats will take the lesson from this, that they need to organize just as much as the Federalist Society, the evangelicals, the Catholic Church has for the last 40 years. And if they ever get 5 Democrats, they're going to press that those Democrats appointed to the court, Jim, be ones who are willing to knock down precedents that they think were wrongly decided. 10 and 15-year-old 5-4 decisions like Citizens United, like Heller, this whole Second Amendment outside of a militia.
Absolutely.
The Democrats can wield this power too, but right now they don't have it on the court. There are 5-6 Republicans who are going to do this.
David A. Katz, it really underscores the fact that, there were a lot of people tonight celebrating what happened this week, and there were a lot of people mourning, and that kind of illustrates the divide in this country right now. Always good to have your expertise. David A. Katz, thanks for staying up late with us tonight.